Well, anyway, here we are on Polar Night. We have all the way at the top of the map, representing his team Lowland Lions. We have the blue Zerg. He's Jona. And in the bottom right, we have the red Protoss representing Team Fnatic. He is Harstem.
So what I would really like to see from Jona this game in particular is a style that we didn't see yet and which I think is really good on this map is Mutaling.
Yeah.
You can expand a lot, you can harass a lot, you can fly behind the bases and be okay.
Yeah.
I think Harstem won't expect it in addition. And yeah, what I said, I think he needs to change up. And I think on this map he should definitely try it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We haven't seen a lot of mutants play out of Jona, if any at all. I mean, he's made a couple on a whim, and he did actually win the game by using it as a brilliant tech switch. But yeah, more importantly, it's a style that seems to be a lot more prevalent on ladder in PvZ or in ZVP, but not so much in his arsenal. So I really wonder what the reason is for that. Maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable doing so. Who knows?
Well, maybe he just never does it.
Yeah, that's.
But of course, Mutaling is a style that if you control that well, it's so strong.
Yeah.
It's so strong. And of course, there are also variations to it, like what we saw earlier today. First, you go like Ling Hydra, and then you make a timing attack, and after that, you save up gas and make 20 mutas at once.
Yes.
You know, stuff like that.
Harstem feeling quite comfortable here. We'll be going for the Nexus first on a two-player map. And Jona is actually going for the hatch first. Unfortunately for him, I mean for the pull first. Unfortunately his overlord, which is on the way, will not spot the Nexus until this hatch has already started building. So it's very unlikely that Jona will be pulling some sort of aggressive play out as a response, because responding to Nexus first, it's kind of hard as a Zerg.
Yeah, I would definitely advise Jona not to do any crazy stuff aggressively. You just play your game. If you see a Nexus, go for the third base, you know. Play your own macro game. And then, yeah, like I said, use it to something that Harstem is not gonna expect. Because if you're gonna play Roachling again, or even Swarm Host for that matter, what I've seen today, that's not really advisable.
Yeah, I mean, at this point anything really goes. There's no shaming trying a different style to see if it works, if your other attempts at it has unfortunately failed. He's made 4 links. Actually, he's making 6 links. He's made 6 lingers, and there's actually 2 more on the way. So this is by all means an aggressive response, but the gateway is already up, and the mothership core shouldn't be too far off. No, actually, it is quite far off, because the cyber core isn't finished by far.
This is actually pretty good. The Zealot only just started. Of course, he's not gonna kill the Nexus here, but he should be able to go in and maybe try to kill the pylon, which forces probes off the mineral line. That's the best thing he can do, maybe, or kill even a few probes. I think this is the best, because it's gonna force.
This is actually quite nice player by Jona.
He could even target it down if you wanted.
Perhaps. Actually getting a couple more probes might be more beneficial, but he shouldn't go trade with the Zealot though. The probes are actually doing too much damage. He does pick up the Zealot, which is nice. And it's now
this
actually
is really good.
This is doing a lot of damage. Now he needs to kill the pylon though.
Yeah, focus down on the pylon like right now.
Oh, needs to start to fire some of these probes. They're so low. Wow, he's actually killing a lot of them. He's got 5 worker kills now, including the Zealot. Unfortunately for him, he didn't actually kill the pylon, but that would have been impossible to combine.
This, of course, was good. Could have been better, but still good.
Yeah, he did sacrifice several larvae for it to do so, though.
Yeah, it's just a matter of playing the game like you're threatening to kill the pylon, which always forces probes off. And then when they come close to your links, then you fight the probes. And then, of course, they walk away, and then you continue focusing the pylon.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be supposed to be going.
So the strategy that's coming out of Jona, so far he's actually gone up to 4 queens and not added a 3rd yet. He's made a couple more links and is using just to poke around his opponent's base. There's an overlord with perfect vision of the natural and another one in position right outside the main, which can go in and scout if he so wishes to. More drones being added on. Of course, his natural is not completely saturated, but I feel getting a 3rd would be perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, what I really like about Jona this game as well is the addition of the 2 queens. He's gonna be able to make a really good creep spread this game, something that we didn't see much of him today either.
Exactly.
And he's already got like 4 active creep tumors, which are gonna start spreading.
There's actually a Ling in the main of Harstem. It's gonna get killed by the sentry right now. But I was really curious to see as to what info Harstem has on Jona. It's not a whole
Nothing.
lot. No.
No, he doesn't know anything.
So
Fortunately for him,
he knows
Jona's
there's no
not
third.
doing.
That's
Huh?
all. He knows that there isn't a third. That's all he really knows.
Yeah, but Jona's not doing anything crazy, so it doesn't hurt Harstem at this point. But like you said, taking a third base is something that Jona should definitely think about right now.
Yeah. It's early enough in the game to do it, and it's safe enough. This probe here probably going to get picked off by a queen. We are working quite hard on the creep threat here. Stargate about to finish up for Harstem, and the question is he going to go straight into Phoenix? He probably should. No, it's a Void Ray actually. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, that's very interesting. We didn't see that yet. In this particular situation, I kind of doubt the decision because of the 2 extra queens Jona has. So I don't think the Void Ray can do all that much. But of course, if he cannot do damage and he makes more, then he can use it later in a follow-up attack, you know. So.
Yep. Lots of sentries also being added on by Harstem, somewhat in favor perhaps of taking up further. No, he's of course getting the +1 attack as well as the Void Ray. He's adding on a cannon for a bit of added security.
Oracle second, so that's interesting.
It's very interesting.
I wonder if he's gonna go for a 2-base timing attack or, you know, adding more gateways soon.
The third has been created, by the way, by Jona, and he didn't do it until his creep actually somewhat reached it. So maybe he wanted to feel secure, know that he could defend it, you know, until he could. There is no robo out on the map right now for Harstem, as well as a bit of a lack of gateways. Only 3 of them.
Another Void Ray. He's going for air tools, I think.
Yeah, and he's taking the third, but the roaches of Jona are actually making a move over there.
But Jona needs to be careful economically because he's equal to Harstem right now. And he's gonna be able to cancel this third, by the way. This is really good.
Yeah, there's the warp window and as well as the oracle and a whole bunch of sentries, but the cancel does happen. However,
he can fight these sentries.
He can, yeah, but there will be a Void Ray or 2 perhaps fighting him off, and he's looking to pick off a nice force field there by Harstem.
Yeah. Okay, so this was pretty lucky for Harstem even. If the speed finished 10 seconds earlier, he could have killed sentries, I think. And he has Burrow, you know, of course, there's Revelation. No, there's no energy for...
+2 attack already on the way for Jona here at the 10-minute mark. That's quite early. He really needs to be careful though, because the Void Ray and the Oracle kind of wreck his roaches if he's not careful.
I'm so sad right now. There's an infestation pit coming.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, of course, yes, Harstem does have a Stargate, but that doesn't mean you cannot go Mutas. You can go for Corruptors first, for example, like 5 or 6 to negate any Phoenix, and then make a big Muta switch and turn it into a battle like that. That's very feasible.
Yeah, and it will be the Swarm Host composition as we've seen before.
So this time Jona really needs to prove that he's able to do Swarm Host.
Yep, it's all or nothing.
He's good at making creep tumors, by the way. He's making 14 right now.
Yeah, that's a very clear improvement over the past game.
Very good skill to have.
Making creep good skill. There's Blink and +2, so this will be a bit of a combined Gateway Void Ray composition coming out of Harstem.
Yeah, and Jona should recognize this and add at least 4 more queens in his composition, you know. Queens are so detrimental to this composition.
There's still an Overlord near the natural of Harstem. He could get a really good scout off if he just made a bit of effort and maybe turned it into an Overseer.
Also, if I can give some credit to Jona's macro, look at the energy of the queens at the main natural and third.
Yeah.
The injects are going really well this game.
Yeah.
He's on top of his macro.
He seems to be finally catching a flow, even adding on a couple of spine crawlers in some positions. Not perfect by any means, but you know, he's making a good shot. And the question is, where will he position his Swarm Host? And they're currently right out in the middle of the map. And if he, perhaps he can go for some sort of an early siege of the third, but he really needs to, you know, bring along a couple of drones for support with spines and spores.
Yeah, just spores. He needs to add Swarm Hosts and spores and queens. And maybe even upgrade Pathogen Glands and add like 4 infestors or something.
I see more spores being added to each additional base.
Like there's no way that Harstem can beat this army because he has no AoE, you know?
Yeah.
Force fields of course are not the best against Swarm Hosts.
He seems to be making a move, but here come the Locusts already. And of course Harstem, Jona now has his own Nagadara, and I'm not sure why he's pulling back. He doesn't really have to. He just needs to reinforce his current army and keep up his current strategy. For once he's actually doing it right with the aggression.
Yeah, I'm so happy by the way Jona's playing this game. The creep spread at the less than 14 minutes mark is insane. He's finally using Swarm Host right, but he really needs to add more queens. I can't emphasize that enough. He's got 4 with his army right now, but he really needs more than 4.
Oh, I'm not sure sure if this
What?
is a good move. Actually,
Yeah.
loses a couple roaches needlessly.
Oh, there's
Also
a hole
needs-
in the force field.
Yeah,
Go
there
back.
is. He can actually pull back in this fight, and
Yeah, but the queens are focusing on void race.
yeah,
Really good.
really good micro there.
Yeah.
And there's actually 2 additional queens now with the fight. Swarmos keep moving forward a bit, and this.
Oh, Jona's playing so well this game.
Yeah,
This
seems
is
to
really,
be
really
finally
good.
has found his flow. He's adding on more creep tumors, and the siege will continue here at the third base of Harstem,
And
who has no real tech.
Yeah, the crowd is cheering for Jona, and I can't blame them. He's playing this game really well. Yeah, there's one guy actually who's the crowd right there. But like I said before, Harstem has no AoE or something, so there's no way Harstem can beat this army one-on-one.
Wow,
He has enough queens, you know, to kill the void race.
yeah,
The
and
force
some
fields
view.
cannot last forever.
Nope.
Photon overcharge doesn't do shit to Swarm host, you know?
Yeah, and wisely enough, Jona is actually headed on the Hydra then, so if he needs to transition into more NTR, this is his shot, and he actually moves his screens off creep, which is a huge mistake, but the Locust
Yeah, but
coming
he
here
has
to support.
transfuse.
He does have transfuse, and they do not die simply, and the Roaches are now going to town on the Nexus while all of the Locusts are fighting the gateway-based army of Harstem, which
Jona
lacks
cannot
armor
lose.
upgrade.
This is so good. This
Yeah.
is perfect play by
There's
Jona.
already another wave of Locust inbound, and the third base will fall.
There's no way. Yeah, this is just perfect play.
Yeah, this is a very surgical way of playing here by Jona, slowly pushing forward with these swarm hosts.
The third is under.
and
Oh, look.
GG! Alright.
Whoa, that was something else.
Yeah.
No, I'm so happy that the game turned out that way. I mean, now we have good finals on our hands.